I'm going to get your picture on. 3, 2, 1, action. Phil Bruce.
Jimmy.
Finally got to meet you in person.
Yes, mate.
Seen you on the internet quite a lot. You're quite brave, if I'm honest.
Thank you very much.
I thought you'd be an interesting interview, certainly for a Monday morning.
Yeah.
You've been brave enough, and we've had this conversation off camera, and I've got to throw it at you as an opening icebreaker.
Yeah.
You've even posed on the internet in pink. They look like swimming trunks.
They do. I think they were actually. I think it was for a company called Beautiful Mag, which is based in Paris, in France, and it was actually taking place in Burslem. That's how local the shoot was, and it's got national and international there. And yeah, if you've got the pink pants, mate, you've got to do. You've got to flaunt it. You've got to show it off. And even better, genuine, like it was on my birthday as well. The shoot was. So what better way than having your birthday last year in pink pants and making it in France? Yeah.
What more can I say?
Yeah, exactly.
Brave. It's certainly brave. So I've got to. We touched upon it.
Yeah.
Modelling is that something that you're certainly getting into? You've got your own page set up.
Yeah.
Just tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah. So basically, I've got my own brand. It's called Official Phil Bruce. It started about 2011, I think it was. I'd got a couple of local mates here, Craig Berry and Simon Moore, the names are. And they just said to me, they're photographers, and they just said to me, would you fancy a local shoot, just to see how I got into it, because at that time I was shy, I was nervous, I didn't have much confidence in all honesty. I did that shoot, and there's actually quite a good story for that one. We did the shoot, and it was in a house they were renting out, so he's taking the pictures, and then next week we hear a knock on the door, and you got to remember, nervous as hell doing this. Mate, the police came round. They thought there was a drugs raid going on because of the flashes. So we had to prove that obviously it was a modelling shoot. It showed ID.
And it was a genuine.
And it was a genuine modelling shoot. And what a way to get into the industry. I thought at that moment the rest will be history.
Brilliant. So how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it about 6 years now. It's grown a lot in the last 2 to 3 years. It's gone more national and international.
How old are you, Phil, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
28.
28 years old.
Do you ever get any stick off the lads? Do you?
Loads. No, but it's good. I mean, it's
Banter.
I think the best load of stick I had was when I got into the Mr. Staffordshire final a couple of years ago, and it was in the Sentinel, and it was all that. So coming to the changing rooms at Leek CSOB when I was with the first team at the time, and then on the changing room on the tactics board was a big mug of me, the big picture from the Sentinel of me, and no, it's good because it just gives you that connection, and you got something to talk to about the lads, and as I say, it's done tastefully, and I think people understand why I do the modelling, because it's about helping people become confident in how they look and who they are, but it is good at the same time when you do that bit of banter. And talking about banter, I've literally had a page made of me this week, an Instagram page, and it's from the CSOB lot called Phil Bruce Fans. So what they do is, So
who set that up?
I've got a feeling.
Who's behind that?
I've got a feeling they're not identifying. I've got a feeling it'll probably be Ryan Slater or Jimmy McMullen, one of those.
I know these lads.
I think they've given it away that it's one of them because the followers and the following are all
associates,
from
yeah.
CSOB. But mate, honestly, when you get a chance, have a look at it. The posts are really funny.
I will.
And it's a great parting shot, that is, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, you've mentioned CSOB, league, a long-established league football club, a football club that I've got a close connection to because my uncle Stan has been involved at League CSOB for many years. Yeah. So you've left the club this summer, am I right in saying?
Yeah, literally the other day.
And you've now got a new position at Borley Green. Do you want to tell us what's happened?
Yeah, so basically I was at CSOB for a number of years. I used to be with them when they were in the Hull League, North West Counties League, as it used to be called. I used to play in goal for them. Went to Stone Dominaries, Reigate Clayton and teams like that. And then Dan Hyde took charge back 2-3 years ago and asked me to come and play. And he wanted me to manage the lady side that they've got going there, as well as coming back to play for the men's. So played for the men's, we won the division. It was when they were in Staffs County Division 1, so we won that one. Did well with the ladies side as well. I think they got the most points that they've ever done in history, the ladies had. And then I just had a couple of years getting injured, which, as everyone knows, is not a nice thing to deal with. Split my knee open, snapped my fib.
Frustrating.
Yeah, but it is, because especially at this age, I was 26, 27 at the time, coming towards your peak and getting injured. So with the injuries that had occurred, it was one of those. I spoke to Nick Chorney, and I wanted to get into the coaching and management side to keep myself going, keep myself doing something. So I went to be the assistant manager of the reserves at Leeks SOB over the last year or so. Last season we managed to get them promoted into Division 1, which was the aim of the reserve side, which was the ambition and the target that was set. So we managed to achieve that, and then it just, I felt like with the reserves achieving where they got to, there wasn't much higher they could go league-wise because the first team were in the Premier Division. And Bowley Green then came in for me. They wanted me to play, and then I spoke to Bondi, and he was interested in having me as the assistant gaffer as well, to help Wayne, to help himself, and then come as head coach because he hadn't got a coach. And so that appealed to me a lot, as well as the playing side. I was able to get that playing, and speaking to Bondi a few times. I mean, you know Bondi well, and he's a good bloke, and it felt it was one of those that I needed to take it up because I'd regret if I didn't. And
felt the right time, the right.
I think so. I think with the setup with the first team at CSOB, that was going to be it. That was their setup, which is fair enough, and they were a great bunch of lads. But I felt like I needed to try and get involved in the first team, or try and get nice and high, and this is a cracking opportunity for me. So I think it was overall probably the right time to look to go to Bowley Green and see what's going on. But I've got a massive thank you to say to Nick Chorney. Lovely bloke, top bloke. He was the one that gave me the chance to get into management, and we've been running that reserves together. And the job Nick does behind the scenes and on the pitch as well with Steve Rutter and John Hyde. Brilliant club.
Great people, yeah.
Yeah, I'd never say a bad word about that club. And I've offered, to be fair, to Sam, to Steve, to Nick, if they ever need my help and I'm free, I'll come down and help them. And, that club means a lot to me. So.
Well, that's a nice summary, Phil. I was going to mention, you've gone to Bowley Green. Yeah. Player assistant, is that going to be your role? You're a goalkeeper, I understand.
Yep, so the role is assistant manager, head coach and player, when possible. So I've got three main roles. So I've got a bit of everything, which
wonderful.
Which is the massive appeal, really. And it's a local side.
Sorry to cut over. I was just going to say at Leek Town TV, we want to try and cover the local clubs a bit more this season. We've perhaps been a bit guilty of being one-dimensional with Leek Town, so it's good to speak to someone like yourself. Yeah. Bondi, you've mentioned Bondi. What do you think of Bondi?
What do I feel? I've got to be kind here. No, he's a top lad. He's a funny lad. He's one of those, and you know him well. And I think what epitomises Bondi was when Jake Johnson scored that goal.
Oh, what a goal! What a finish!
Goal, by the way. But I think that epitomised him in a nutshell. We're 5-0 down. We scored the goal. He finds you in the stands and then turns to you and starts celebrating and runs on the pitch. That sums up Bondi. And to be fair,
he's a passionate lad, isn't he?
He is. And obviously, I haven't known him a long time, but his team talks are pretty epic. We had a good one Saturday. We played Silverdale, first game of the season. And,
you won, I understand.
We won 6-2, and before the game, Bondi said, "This club is one of those clubs where we don't shout any abuse at the officials, but I do." And you're like, brilliant, Bondi, brilliant.
His job to do that.
That's what he said. He said it's my job to. So I thought that was brilliant. And then another good story from Saturday, which I think you'll like. We were short on players, as it's probably being covered. I think we have 14 missing, and we have Mike Keats play for us.
Good player, very good player.
Brilliant, and he did a great job, and he has done. He was captain Saturday, but we had Andy Keats on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boxer, and he come on with about 20 minutes to go. We were 40 up, I think, at the time. Bondi's instructions that he shouted on the pitch, genuinely were, man mark the number 10, even if he goes for a piss, fire him. So that was a good start. 10 minutes into that, Bondi and myself had to say, Andy, you're doing a great job, but you're marking the 9. You should be marking the 10. You picked the wrong player for 10 minutes. But
that's local. That's
local football.
That's amateur brilliant.
It's literally,
it's good to hear.
It is good to hear. He did
stories.
His good job. Yeah.
Phil, I'm getting towards the end, mate. Leek Town TV. I've got to throw that in. What's your view?
Well, I've been speaking to you off camera about this, and I think genuinely, I'm not just saying this for camera. I think what a great job you do with Leek Town TV, and the whole point is you're bringing the local football into play, which needs to be covered. I mean, you've got the elite game where they're spending ridiculous amounts of money, but then you've got the local game where, as I say, it's branched with the lads that are here, and you get to see how passionate the fans are. And with Lake Town TV, you are covering those clubs. You said you want to improve on that a bit more, and if we can try and keep building that up, it gives people something to support. They get to know the players, they get to know the staff, and as I say, if you can keep doing this job, it's brilliant for football locally and around. So yeah, doing really well.
Top man, I'll give you that tenner after.
Yeah, you will do. More than a tenner.
Do you support a club?
Yeah, a Stoke fan.
Stoke fan.
Stoke.
Respect, brother.
Yeah,
Respect.
Gotta be done.
And I've got one final parting question.
Yeah,
Just because thought I'd throw it in as a red herring.
got plenty
Justin Gatlin winning the 100.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I think it's one of those that obviously we know about his drugs ban. If it was once, you'd accept it a little bit more. I think with it being twice, I can see why a lot of people struggle to see that he should have entered. I think it's harsh with it being Usain Bolt's last race. You wanted to see him finish on a high, but I was reading something on the internet and it was saying Usain Bolt actually, by losing that, it was in a weird, like, perfect way to go out, because he's handing it
over.
Yeah,
interesting.
He's handing it over to the next person, and again there was a little debate going on the Athletics on TV last night where they were saying Gatlin's being picked as the villain. Why aren't we focusing on other people? So I think there's got to be a consistency where if you're going to pick out someone that's done drugs and ban him, it's got to be everybody. You can't just home in on one person. But at the end of the day, he won the race, didn't he? So you've got to respect that.
Would you have booed him?
Would I have booed him? I don't think so. I think it's a bit harsh to him, despite what he's done. I think you've got to focus more on Usain Bolt and focus on celebrating what he's done, rather than the attention going negatively towards Gatlin. So that's just my views on it. But at the end of the day, what had happened. So
Top man, we've gone off piece a bit there, but you were very balanced in your answer. Brucey, I've enjoyed speaking to you this morning. You're clearly a character.
Try my best to.
I wish you well at Bawley Green. And as you say, if we can maybe throughout the season we can keep contact and you can keep updating us on the progress. And just thanks for giving me some time today.
No, cheers for coming, mate. Appreciate it.
Top man, all the best.